Yeah. So we talked about the Fightful.com awards, and they asked me to speak on the awards that I won. And I did. That was a few weeks ago. And I spoke on those. And, again, very proud of what I accomplished, what me and Cash accomplished as a tag team, but also what the four of us and the Briscoes accomplished as dancing partners, and what we did together for wrestling, what we did together for ourselves. And it was, it was a relationship that as soon as we met, as soon as we talked, you knew something was there. They're from Delaware, we're from North Carolina. So little similarities, but also some differences too. But when you got guys who are self-made, worked all their lives, and almost come from nothing, you almost have to form a bond, because there's not too many people like that in the wrestling world. And we just immediately hit it off. But I wanted to record another video for Match of the Year for Fightful.com. I felt it was necessary to dedicate that award to Jay, and I felt that it was necessary to let people know how important he was to our legacy, to our 2022, and to me in general, personally. The PWI Tag Team of the Year award, easy for me to say, is dedicated to Jay. I will dedicate it. That's dedicated to Jay, because I would have not, me and Cash would not have won that award without Jay and Mark Briscoe. They carried our careers through 2022. And, 2022 is a year that, selfishly speaking, and maybe egotistically speaking as well, I don't know if it'll ever be recreated for another tag team like the way that we were able to do it. We had incredible dancing partners in 2022. 3 with the Briscoes, 1 with the Young Bucks, 1 with Aussie Open. We had Punk and Mox, Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan, Dralistico and Dragon Lee. It went all over the world and did it, man. But without the 3 matches with Jay and Mark, we wouldn't have had any of this, and we wouldn't be as revered as we are now. And I honestly feel that for the rest of my life, I'm going to be able to take care of my wife and my daughter through this 1 year. And this 1 year, because of the trilogy of matches that I had with Jay and Mark. We first met Jay and Mark at Final Battle 2021. First time we ever met, first time we ever talked. The first time we met them was in the ring. We slid in the ring, and they knew that we were going to bring it, and I think they knew we were going to bring it. And we did, and we weren't going to back down. And I didn't know, I'd heard great stories about these guys, who personally, who they were, what they represent, and how they treated people. I heard great stories, but you never know how you're going to mesh with someone. And also, they're considered one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and maybe the greatest tag team of our generation. And I wasn't going to go into that event quietly and let them think that they were better than us. And they were tougher than us. They were more badass than we were. And Cash had the same thought too.
You got to hold your own against those badasses.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you got to hold your own against everybody. Yeah. Full transparency, they're both badasses. And if they got to throw down, they'll throw down in a second. They're not worried about it at all. And that's what I respect about them. That's what I respected about him when I first met him. Is we had been on national TV for quite a while, and we had a reputation. They had a reputation too, but we had a mainstream reputation at that point, because we had been on worldwide television for a few years. And they didn't take one step back when we jumped in the ring at Final Battle. And immediately I had a lot of respect for that. And everything we were giving them, they would give right back to us. If we brought it here, they would bring it here, maybe a little bit higher, and we had to catch up with them. And then afterwards we talked, and had a great talk, and we were excited about the future. There were no plans for FTR versus Briscoes. We just wanted to test the waters. We just wanted to see what was going to happen. Myself and Cash really were in a lull point in our career. We weren't doing anything, and we begged Tony to let us do that. And
but you guys started tweeting at each other before there was any kind of idea or plan, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, in 2021, we really, the whole year we had nothing, and it was one of those things where pre-anxiety, because my anxiety was June the 4th, if I'm not mistaken, or June the 6th, one of the two. But pre-anxiety, I took all that to heart. I was very frustrated, very upset, and very angry, like at everybody, man. Sure. Not just Tony or the EVPs. I was angry at everybody because, in my opinion, we had taken this risk and come over here to make a name for ourselves, to build a reputation, not lose one. And I felt like we were losing it. And so, if we were losing a reputation, we weren't going to go down without fighting. And those were some guys that we were always tagged in on social media as to, we want to see this match. We want to see these two teams go at it. And so we, just started trading verbal jabs, never met each other, never DM'd each other, never talked to each other. And then, again, we had nothing to do, nothing of substance, really. We had just had the match a couple of months prior with Darby and Sting that we were so happy with. But other than that, man, we were really kind of lost, a ship without a sail, I guess. And we begged Tony if we could make this appearance at Ring of Honor. And I don't think Tony necessarily knew. I think he knew he was going to hit. I think he knew the company was his at that point, but he didn't know what was going to happen or what he was going to do or what the future was for Ring of Honor. But if we could drum up some interest, maybe that would help. So we did that at Final Battle, and that's the first time we met him. Awesome experience with those guys.